TV accident Friday night leaves a child in the hospital. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Riley Livingston. Knoxville County Sheriff Terry Grassery says the crash happened around 8:30 last night on Lynn Creek Road west of Brooksville. Sheriff Grassery says a 10-year-old was riding a four-wheeler when he was hit by a car. The child was then airlifted to Jackson. The crash is under investigation. Aberdeen RV Center is celebrating its 25th anniversary with a huge sale and a new celebrity spokesperson. Our Cash Matlock attended the celebration and has more on the story.
Country music fans piled into Aberdeen RV Center Saturday afternoon for a chance to meet country music singer Trace Adkins. Some of them waited in line for hours just to get the star's autograph.
Hopefully I'll be able to take a picture, sing a few songs,
I'm going to tell him that he's awesome.
Adkins says being the new spokesperson for Aberdeen RV is a good match for him.
I'm an RV guy. I grew up doing that when I was a kid. That was our summer vacation. You know, my dad would get a couple of weeks off in the summer, and we'd hook up to the RV and go to the mountains.
Aberdeen RV representatives say they hope attendees go home with more than just an RV and an autograph. They hope they go home with an experience.
Like Trace, I grew up camping, and it's good to share those experiences with your family and friends.
We want to emphasize that lifestyle to customers, to potential customers, and so they can spend more time with each other. Ultimately, that's what it's about.
Adkins also took time to promote the Wounded Warriors Project and thank his fans for their support.
The Wounded Warrior Project has been something that I've been doing for over 10 years now, and something near and dear to my heart. Very noble cause, and anytime I have a chance to represent those folks, I always do. All these fans that just keep coming back to the shows and buying the records that I make, and if it weren't for them, I'd be working in the oil field again probably, so God bless them, I really appreciate it.
Cash Matlock, WCBI News.
Trace Adkins made this stop on his way to his concert in Philadelphia tonight. It's now time to turn things over to meteorologist Jacob Dickey with the first look at our forecast. Jacob?
Hey Riley, we enjoyed a great day of weather today. This evening, temperatures cooling off nicely. We're in the 60s out there with a mix of a clear sky as well as some clouds moving on in. So with that cold front coming our way, it could mean a spot shower comes in later on tonight, but overall I think things stay dry. To our north, though, that's bringing some snow into the Great Lakes here across the southern part of Lake Michigan, now moving to southwest Michigan there. No snow for us tonight, but maybe an isolated shower. The clouds will increase and we're not as cool. Coming up, we'll talk more about the week ahead and we'll take a look at when our next chance of rain is.
The 4th annual spring market kicked off this weekend in Vernon, Alabama. Our Stephanie Poole got in on the fun to bring us the story.
When you look down this street, you will see tents, vendors, and a community coming out to this year's spring market. Whether it's food, clothing, or handmade items, this festival had it all. Chamber of Commerce Vice President Kelly Tucker says this event is put on each year to bring the people of Vernon together.
It just brings people in from out of town, and it brings our community together. We invite vendors from all over. This is our first year to have entertainment, and we just do it to try and bring community and to have something here that our town can be proud of. We're real small and we don't have a lot, so we just try to do stuff to build up the town and build more business to come in and people to come in and shop in our other businesses also.
34 vendors showed up this year along with some live entertainment by a local artist. First-time vendors like Katie and Kaylee West say bringing their lemonade stand allowed them to meet many people in the community.
It's been a good day for us. For the first time, we've received a lot of customers that have came through, and we've made a lot of good profit, and we've got to meet a lot of people out here. It's turned out to be a really good day, and a lot of people have come out to visit us today.
This gives the mother-daughter duo a chance to give back to those in need.
It makes people be able to come out and be friendly, and you'll get to, if you want to do something kind to the world, you can raise money and give it to the poor or for your church or anybody that's doing bad in money.
Reporting in Lamar County, Stephanie Poole, WCBI News.
A Blacklight 5K run followed the festival this evening. April is Childhood Abuse Awareness Month, and today a co-ed softball tournament was held at Cason Baptist Church in Nettleton. The goal to raise money for the Children's Advocacy Center of Mississippi, which helps victims of child abuse. Ole Miss senior Brianna Collier was one of the organizers of the event. She says child abuse needs to come to an end.
Child abuse is very prevalent. Children lose their lives every day because of child abuse, and there's every every 10 seconds a child is being abused, and it's something that just needs to be stopped.
Collier says the co-ed softball team paid a $150 entry fee to participate in the event. They also raised money from the concessions, which were donated by local businesses. They hope to raise between $1,500 and $2,000. Yesterday, we brought you the story of a young dancer who is chasing after her dreams. Today, we take a look at the training and discipline it takes to achieve her goals and the work she puts in while touring.
Everybody's on their own little journey here.
Ainsley Dobbs is living her dream of being a lead dancer with a tour group called Camp Next. But when she's not on tour, she's training at her home studio, ACPA, in Starkville.
I think when I'm at my studio, I think I dance for about 30 hours, somewhere around that time, because sometimes we have extra long practices, especially when a competition's coming up.
But that's just the beginning. When she's on tour with Nexus, it's not all fun and games.
You think that we just come in and we dance and then we're gone, but actually there's this whole process to being up there. You have to come in, you have to help set up, you have to help do all these papers, you have to help get the books, and that kind of combines together, which makes being a lead.
She's on stage demonstrating dances, encouraging the other dancers, and helping the teachers.
Each faculty member is different, so I have certain expectations. Lane has expectations, but you know, they have to be a good role model. It's everything. It's just a full package in case they do want to move forward into the business. They're already getting the tools here.
She, along with the other leads, are working a job. And sometimes that can be stressful.
They have great teamwork, which is again another skill they need to learn. They help support each other. Even with just the elites, like I know sometimes, usually they're the ones that stay later than the leads, obviously because they're older. But I know sometimes when someone's like really frustrated and someone will look like, we got this, it's okay. And it's just that teamwork, and they got to use each other because, you know, we can't do this on our own. We got to have help.
Ainsley says while the weekends are draining, she wouldn't have it any other way.
I think a lot of times when I get off stage, I'm like, I'm so tired, like I just want to lie in my bed and I want to go to sleep. But then as soon as you get on stage, I feel like you kind of just feel the energy from everyone in the room, and so like it just makes you like have all that energy.
Tomorrow we will take a look at the opportunities these dancers have and how their experiences will help them grow as they get older. Bluegrass, barbecue, and blues, everything you need for a weekend spent outdoors. We'll have more on that after the break. United Way held the annual Touch a Truck event at McKee Park in Starkville earlier this morning. Touch a Truck gives area children an opportunity to come and check out different occupational vehicles and machinery. The event has been going on for 6 years now, but this is the first year that United Way has hosted it. The event also featured a United We Read tent with dozens of books. Representatives with United Way say this is all a part of a new literacy campaign.
And one of the pushes that we're making is increase awareness of career and technical education. And so we're really thrilled that these kids get an exposure and an opportunity to see fields where if you got someone who really likes to be hands-on, there's nothing better than Touch a Truck, where these kids get to interact not only with these amazing machines, but the people that operate them.
United Way says the event will be back even bigger and better next year. If you love barbecue, Fulton was the place to be this weekend. WCBI's Chad Groening has more.
The sweet smell of barbecue, smoked long and slow. Musical entertainment. And some competition that required an accurate throw. All part of Fulton's annual Bluegrass, Blues, and Barbecue Festival.
Well, it's the people. They all come together, and there's people here that they just, when we have a festival, everybody comes together.
And why is barbecue, you think, a good venue for it?
It's just a southern, everybody loves a southern barbecue.
I just think it boosts morale inside the community and allows them to, get out and have a good time and enjoy themselves. And that's what we're about. We're just wanting people to enjoy themselves and just have a good time.
And a total of 13 teams took part in the barbecue competition, including the Fulton Fire and Rescue Team, which competed in ribs, chicken, and pork butts.
It's just a taste preference. We've played with it and we've got what we like, and if the judges like it, that's great.
What are some of the things that they judge you on?
They judge on tenderness, taste, and appearance.
And barbecue wasn't the only competition going on at the festival. The cornhole tournament was very popular again this year.
What it is just a fun backyard game. You set up a couple of stands and take a bag, pretty much filled with corn, and they're trying to make it in a hole. It's a lot of fun, and folks have really gotten into it. The last 2 or 3 years, the game has really grown, so it's a lot of fun.
And like the barbecue teams, the cornhole competitors were competing for a bounty of cash. Chad Groening, WCBI News, Fulton.
This was the 4th year Fulton held this event downtown.
Well, it was a great day for all those barbecues and outdoor festivities. Tomorrow looks good overall. The chances there for an isolated storm, though. Summer arrives this week, though. We get some pop-up storms later on in the week. Tell you all about that coming up.
WCBI First Alert AccuWeather Forecast with meteorologist Jacob Dickey.
Well, overall out there right now, temperatures have cooled off into the 60s. Notice our dew point, though, at Tupelo at 51. Still some dry air in place. Radar has been saying there may be a few light showers pushing on through, but really with that dry air, any rain falling up above is evaporating before it reaches the surface. Still tonight, cannot rule out an isolated sprinkle somewhere, maybe a brief shower. Many of us, though, will remain dry. 69 the current temperature in Columbus, 65 in Amory, it's 64 in Winona, 71 in Grenada right now. Those temperatures will continue to drop down into the upper 50s and low 60s. I've got 60 along US 82 from Columbus to Winona, 60 also in Tupelo, 59 in Oxford, 58 in Corinth and in Ripley overnight tonight. On Sunday, then, the chances there for more spot showers and storms anytime during the day. We will all be getting into the upper 70s. Some of us will be heading for the low 80s with a partly cloudy sky and light variable winds generally under 5 miles an hour. Here comes the cold front our way. Notice an isolated shower showing up at the board here through the overnight hours. Most of the showers that pop up really are very brief in nature, very light, maybe a rumble of thunder if we're lucky. That's the same on the day Sunday here. Not a lot showing up, but maybe just a little isolated spot here and there can get a brief shower. Will not last long, will not ruin the Sunday. Overall, another great late spring day coming for us. Again, 80 in Columbus, 79 in West Point, Amory at 78, 77 in Tupelo, up to 83 in Macon. That boundary you saw to the south, a little warmer, to the north just a little bit cooler. It's only in the low 70s up by the Tennessee border. By Monday, though, that boundary erodes away. We get south winds to come back in, and that's going to bring Gulf moisture back for all of us heading Monday into Tuesday. I do think we stay dry then, but we may start to feel a little more sticky as we get later on into the upcoming week here. Dew points then by late week into the upper 60s, maybe even 70 at times. That's going to be a little more like summer for us here. We do have a batch of showers and storms coming our way, though. That looks to be for about an inch of rain, give or take. Most of it coming on Thursday into Friday. Until then, an isolated shower on Sunday, maybe an isolated shower on Wednesday, too. We're going to call it scattered showers and storms Thursday and Friday. The good news, though, I do think we dry out in time for the weekend.
A record-breaking day in Starkville. There's a new hits king in the SEC. Highlights of a historic day for Jake Mangum next in sports.
CBI Sports with Tom Epple.
When Jake Mangum decided to come back for his senior season at Mississippi State, becoming the hits king of not only the Bulldogs baseball program, but the SEC was always in sight. It took 44 games into a senior season, taking the field today 2 hits away from becoming a legend. History on the line for Mangum. Game 2 of the Diamond Dogs series with Georgia. Mangum taking in the chance of possibly becoming the all-time hits leader for the conference. And it really wouldn't take that long. Very first at-bat, first swing, Mangum takes a pitch to the outfield, and that would be the tie. Career hit, 352, leadoff single for Mangum. What else is new? And then Justin Foskew's going to bring him home. A couple batters later, 3-run homer in the first inning. Jake knew it once it left the bat. Dogs take a 3-0 lead early on. Very next inning, time to break some history. Second pitch he sees. Mangum's going to tag one from his knees. Watching, and somehow this ball would land on the first base line, and there it is. Mangum becomes the SEC's all-time hits leader, number 353, on a bloop only Jake Mangum could pull off. An emotional moment for the Pearl, Mississippi native. Mississippi State stopping the game to honor him with the base. Why not? Give Jake the bag. And it would load the bases, and Mississippi State would later score on a walk, so 4-0 until it's 5-0, thanks to Let's Get Rowdy. Rowdy Jordan tags one to deep right center field. That makes it 5-0 Bulldogs. And the Diamond Dogs would dominate Georgia to win the series. They win Game 2, 9-3. Mangum is the SEC's hit king, first of his name. And he's happy the pursuit has come to an end.
Hitting with that in the back of your head, it's really hard. no matter how locked in you are on the game, no matter how locked in you are on the moment, it's tough to step in the box knowing that that's, you know, 1 hit away, 2 hit away, whatever it is. It's tough, but just happy it got over with, and we could lock in and win a ball game.
Everybody just took it in a little bit. Tip your hat, let him enjoy the moment. It was a Jake Mangum special, wasn't it? I mean, it was not that he didn't have a lot of great hits, but the dugout was giving him a hard time. But happy for him. I mean, I've just watched it this year. Such a special player. The way he plays the game and the way he gets a big hit, and the bigger the moment, the bigger the hit. I kind of felt like it'd be today because he always kind of seems to have a big hit when it's on the line, and so it felt like it was on the line today.
Well, you can't really describe it. I mean, you see what the work he puts in every day, and he comes to the field and grinds every day, and for him to get that and finally get that moment for him, and that's awesome. It was awesome.
Ole Miss looking to bring out the brooms against Texas A&M. Both pitchers starting off strong early. Gunnar Hoagland on the mound for the Rebs gets the strikeout in the top of the second. Then the bottom half, Christian Roa gets the strikeout of Thomas Dillard. Scoreless ball game through 2. Bottom of the third, Jacob Adams trying to get something going for Ole Miss. Base hit turns into a double. That's the first hit of the ball game for Ole Miss. But very next batter, Ryan Olenek robbed by Braden Shoemake at short. That ends the third. And then the very first pitch of the fourth, Zach Deloach takes Hoagland yard. The solo home run makes it 1-0 Texas A&M. They have the lead, but here comes Ole Miss. Bottom of the fourth, no outs. Probably the hottest hitter in the SEC, Greg Kessinger, gives the shortstop fits with this one, takes it to left for a base hit. And then after feeling the base hit, Kessinger feeling a little bit dangerous. He's going to try and steal second. He'd initially be ruled out on this play, but a review would say Kessinger is safe. It's a big play because Thomas Dillard hits one deep enough to center field. That's going to bring home Kessinger on the sac fly. Ties the ball game. Ole Miss ends up winning on a walk-off wild pitch in the ninth. Rebels win 3-2. Thomas Dillard says, hey, what beats series sweeps?
Sweeps are great in the SEC, especially for such a good team like that. So, you got to win all kinds, and, a wild pitch is just as fun as everything, I guess.
I think everyone just, like I said, got ahead of the count, and, once you fall behind, it's easier for the hitters to hit, and you can start guessing pitches. But, I think we did a great job this weekend, all three of us, just going out there and just competing.
Certainly his best outing of the year, and really not a lot of pressure innings. He gave up the home run, drag bunt, but besides that, not a lot of traffic on the bases. He was that good.
The final date for the NFL draft, to recap, around 4 through 7 for guys from Mississippi. Gary Green going 199 in the 6th round to the Indianapolis Colts. North Pontotoc, stand up. Former Viking Marcus Green is off to the Atlanta Falcons, drafted in the 6th round, pick 203. Javon Patterson goes pick 246 to the Indianapolis Colts. He joins Gary Green. Ken Webster drafted in the 7th by the New England Patriots. And last but certainly not least, former Starkville Yellow Jacket Caleb Wilson becomes Mr. Irrelevant, the final pick of the 2019 NFL Draft. He's going to Arizona to join the Cardinals. Then an update on the undrafted free agent situation, getting a shot. Nick Fitzgerald signing with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Braxton Hoyette is off to Tennessee to join Jeffrey Simmons and A.J. Brown. Jamal Peters signs an undrafted free agent contract with the Indianapolis Colts. Deion Calhoun, same thing for him, but he'll be heading down to Miami to play for the Dolphins. For Ole Miss, DeMarcus Lodge signing with Tampa Bay. Hey, goes teams up with Nick Fitzgerald down in sunny Florida. And Zedrick Woods signing an undrafted free agent deal with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Zedrick, of course, running that 4.29 in the NFL Combine. Then Javian Hamilton, he signs with the Green Bay Packers. Then some local guys getting their shot at the NFL. Keemon Hall, former Calhoun City Wildcat. He signs an undrafted free agent deal with the Los Angeles Chargers. Aries Williams will compete for a spot in Indianapolis. He was invited to the Colts training camp. And former Starkville Yellow Jacket Ralph Leonard is off to Jacksonville to compete for a spot on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Rivalry playoff baseball coming down to the wire. Wait until you hear what happened in Caledonia. Back here to WCBI Sports. The race towards the Gold Gloves heats up across North Mississippi in the second round of baseball playoffs. A rivalry matchup to decide who gets closer to one of these. To Tommy Smith Field in Caledonia. Great crowd for some baseball. New Hope trying to escape with a series win. Feds up 4-1. Nathan McLemore with a slow dribbler to second. He's going to beat out the plate of first. That's going to score Bo Bates, so the Feds take a 5-1 lead. New Hope trying to rally. Jonathan Whittington with a base knock up the middle, but nothing happening for the Trojans in the third. It would stay 5-1 through 4 innings until New Hope puts on an insane 7-run 7th inning to take the lead late. The highlights don't do it justice. New Hope completes the insane rally to win the series 11-8. Is your Game 2 final. Union traveling to take on Calhoun City. Wildcats advancing with a W. Trevor Patchen pitching for Union. Preston Conley with a base knock to start the inning off with a single. Later on in the inning, 2 outs. Wildcats with a 3-1 lead. Tashawn Corbett hits one opposite field. That'll score 2. Wildcats, they're up 5-1 thanks to a stand-up double from Corbett. Then the very next batter, Hayden Goodson. He's going to smack one to center field. Outfielder is going to try and make a play on it, and it will bobble out of the glove. Here comes some runs, and it would just get a lot of runs to a little. Calhoun City dominates 24-1 over Union. They advance to face the winner of East Union and Philadelphia on Thursday. TCPS hosting Game 2 of their best-of-3 series against Myrtle. Eagles with a 1-0 series lead, but top first, Hawks draw first blood. Jaden Taylor with a blast down the third base line. Hunter Baguette scores, and Taylor gets a double, 1-0 Myrtle. But TCPS responds. Kenyon Fleener with a deep fly to right center field. That's good enough, deep enough for a sac fly, and that ties the ball game up at 1. Bottom of the second, Daniel Redout beats out an infield hit. He's going to get to third on a sac, and a wild pitch would bring him on home. That makes it 2-1 TCPS. Then Noah Foster is going to hit a hard grounder here to get another run home. He's safe. It's 3-1 Eagles. They go on to win 10-4 to advance to the next round. Some more playoff scores from around the area. Ingomar defeats Riverside 10-9. The Falcons advance. Houston and Water Valley tie up the series. Toppers win 15-14. Yes, that's a baseball score. Also, New Site defeating Lake 4-3. That evens up the series. Smithville advances with a 13-7 lead. Hamilton sweeps. They advance. They get the 9-8 win. Nanawaya wins 14-2. That's your series next week in the third round. Hamilton versus Nanawaya. Boonville evens up the series with Nettleton, and Amory will advance to face New Hope with a 12-0 win and sweep over Rosaforte. Then on the softball side, Tisch County gets the Game 1 win over Moorville, 2-0. Eupora wins Game 1, 4-3 over East Union. Vardaman advances to the north half with a 8-7, 15-3 doubleheader win. Ethel eliminates Hamilton, 5-1 and 4-3. Houston off to the north half, 10-0 win over Nettleton and South Pontotoc. That's your north half final right there. Houston taking on South Pontotoc. That'll be up this upcoming week. That's it for sports. We'll have last year weather next.
We hope everyone has a great night, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.
Take care.